Thank you.
All right, thank you for coming in today. My name is Lexi. I am your therapist in training. So I want to talk a little bit about confidentiality because we are in couples therapy. I do have a no secrets policy. So if we ever met individually, I do have the right to bring things into this session, and vice versa. We all talk about it together. Also, also about confidentiality, I am a mandatory reporter, so I do have to report any child abuse, neglect, suspected child abuse, neglect, elderly abuse, harm to yourself or others. And those things are, and I'll let you know if this ever comes up and there's a point where I will have to report. And then it turns into an investigation, and that's kind of up to me, but we'll kind of walk through that together. Um, and this session is being recorded. I'm a therapist in training. So my supervisor will see it, but they are also held to confidentiality and the same terms. So nothing that, most things that are said in here stays in here on my end. Before we go into why you're here, I do want to use a little bit of a metaphor to kind of just talk about things that we all kind of experience when we go into new rooms or in any room, which is baggage. And when I say this, I know it has like some negative connotation to it, but I'm using it in a metaphorical way, but also in a way that is something that everybody has, and we all bring things into each room. And those things are like our identities, our history, our experiences, our social location, where we grew up, who we've been involved with, all these different things that we carry with us in every room that we walk into that that affect how we show up in relationships, in therapy, at work. And some people bring baggage, bring their whole baggage with them. Some have. Sometimes the baggage is different in each room that you go to. Some people peek in their baggage, maybe grab one thing out and leave everything else. And so while we're working together, I invite you to bring your baggage, all of it, with you. And we could kind of work through that together, talk about what you feel comfortable talking about. If you ever have questions or things that we need to navigate together, I'm open to that. But I just, as I mentioned baggage, that also means that I bring baggage when I come in this room. And while we're working together, just kind of be mindful of that. Do you have any questions about baggage or anything?
No, I appreciate that. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
It's
Mm-hmm.
very true. We're bringing in baggage to this space. That's why we're here.
And everybody defines their baggage. So, with that being said, I would love to learn a little bit what brings you in today.
Nina?
Oh, I apologize. If you could tell me your name, anything that you would like to share, and then what brings you in today.
Yes, my name's Nina. Jenna and I have been married for about 3 years. And we just can't seem to get on the same page about anything, and we're fighting all the time, and I just feel so frustrated, and I am honestly at like my wit's end. I don't, she never listens to me, and I just feel like a nag all the time. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I would, I too feel like she's a nag all the time, and that, yeah, we like, I don't know. I feel like we're just constantly like bickering, and this is pretty like new. We didn't used to do this all the time, you know? But I shouldn't say it's new. I mean, it's probably been going on for like a year, but it's still just like not what we experienced at the start of our relationship. And yeah, I don't really know what's changed. I mean, I think that Nina's just, I don't know. I think that Nina just has changed. I don't know. I'm just like not making her happy anymore.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I do want to, how was it at the beginning? Can you walk me through, like, how's these
Yeah.
3 years have been? How the 3 years have been?
Yeah, so we've been married for 3 years and then together for like 2 years before that, I think. And I don't know, it just felt like a lot more maybe fun and maybe just like lighter, you know, like we also like bought a house last year too, and I think that has, you know, shifted things for us too, just because there's like so much responsibility with the house, and we're just like constantly fixing stuff and spending all this money and it's been a lot. But I would say before, you know, we would just like go on dates a lot more and hang out with friends together a lot more. And now it seems like we each go to bed like on our phones every night, like watching our own thing, and we don't even talk to each other. Like that's where we are.
Well, first, congratulations on buying a home. Is this the first home for both of you?
Yeah.
Well, you guys have already accomplished
It is
home
a huge
buying and
accomplishment.
marriage, which is two top
It is.
stressors.
Yeah, no one tells you how shitty owning a home is.
I mean, maybe it would be less shitty if you could actually fix things that you say you're gonna fix in the house.
Okay. I do want, so Jenna kind of explained how things were at the beginning. Is that how that was for you? Or how was it for you?
Yeah, I mean, we had less responsibilities, our jobs were a little less intense. We rented and had very like fixed expenses every month, and now things are, the water heater breaks and the roof needs replacing, and I grew up in a family where my dad was Mr. Fix-It and he did everything, and like no one had to tell him to do it, he was just doing it himself, and like I can't get her to do anything. And I just like, yeah, it was fun at the beginning because we didn't have anything to do, and then real life started, and I'm just like realizing how lazy she is.
You know what, like, I don't know, like, I don't know why you expect me to like know how to fucking plumb the sink.
I was gonna
Like, watch a YouTube video or something, like figure it
Do
out.
you wanna do that?
No, I have other things to do.
I want to come back to this lazy comment. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I mean, I work a very stressful job, and she works from home, and honestly I see her playing games on her phone a lot, and like kind of moping around a bit, and when I come home and like trying to get dinner ready, nothing's been done, and I just feel like this is not the life that I signed up for. When we first started dating, like, you had all these ambitions and things you wanted to do, and I fell in love with that, and now it just seems like you're complacent.
I tried to get a new job. I didn't have a job for an entire year, and then I finally landed this one, and yeah, it allows me to be home. Just because I'm like not leaving the house doesn't mean that I'm not working and like bringing in money just like you. It's just like, it's not my passionate job. You love your job. You like,
I mean, I don't love it always, I just know I have to do it.
Well, I like really don't like my job, but I'm still like doing it for like us.
How does that sound? That your wife doesn't like her job, but she's doing it for us, this relationship.
I mean, it just feels like she doesn't really like have any bigger goals or dreams. I'm like, don't do it for me, do it for like for you, like be happy yourself so like we can be happy, and like just need to see some motivation.
No motivation at all?
I don't know. It doesn't feel like it.
It sounds like Jenna just said she's doing this for you all.
Yeah, but it's not like
Enough.
enough.
Oh.
Mm.
I don't know, it to me, Nina, it seems like you just have this like timeline and you're like, and now we need to do this, now we need to do this, and it's just like, we like literally like only been married for 3 years. And we just got this house, and it just feels like there's this like pressure to just like do, and like, I don't know, make all this money and like travel to all these places and like do, I don't know, this like big giant checklist, and I just wanna like live in this space with you. I just like want to show up and be here with you, but I just feel like there's this constant pressure of just like, we need to do more, and now that we have a house and we're like hemorrhaging money by like fixing a goddamn like furnace, it's like, we can't do the things that Nina's like wanting to do either, so I know that you're pissed about that, me too. I'm pissed about it too, but like, this is, I don't know, this is where we are.
Jenna talked about pressure, that there's this feeling pressure, and that you all used to have fun and go on dates and things. I'm sorry if you mentioned it before, but what was it like? Did you enjoy those things before?
Yeah, we had a great time. It was so much fun. That's why we got married. I mean, we used to just like have the best time together. Talk about the future, the house that we were gonna buy, and all of these plans and the travels, and then reality hit, and it just doesn't feel like we're getting any of that.
Yeah. It's nice when you're talking about it and you're kind of planning, and then as actions come up, things kind of change. And it kind of gets tough, and it changes your environment and your finances and all these things that sometimes we're not really prepared for. There was something Jenna mentioned that I wanted to circle back to. Oh, the pressure. How do you feel when Jenna says that?
I mean, I think we all feel pressure, and I just feel like some handle it better than others. I've always felt so much pressure my whole life to succeed and do the best and be the best, and like that has made me stronger and made me more motivated, so I feel like, I don't know, sometimes pressure is good, I guess.
Who put that pressure on you?
I mean, society, my parents, my mom in particular, just always had to have it together and look good and get straight A's and get a good job and you know, do all the things.
And I'm just trying to kind of learn these patterns and kind of what's going on. How did you handle the pressure?
I did all those things.
You just did it.
I just did it, and I sucked it up and got through it. There was no one there like comforting me through it.
How did it feel to just have to do it?
I don't know, I never really thought about it, I guess. I never had time.
Everyone's making noises, sorry.
'Cause what do you think about what Nina said? Just
Yeah.
all the pressure that has been placed on Nina. She never had anyone to share this pressure with.
Well, I think it's kind of helpful to hear because it's like, I mean, I know that your mom puts a lot of pressure on you. It's like very apparent. You know, whenever she like comes to visit, we have to have it just like this perfect kind of life laid out for her mom to see, you know, and your mom is really critical. She's really critical. But it's like when you just had to, I don't know, just like suck it up and do it, like that couldn't have felt good for you, and it would be nice if you could see that, like, just asking me to like suck it up and do it, it's like that kind of is the same thing, that doesn't feel good.
Do you hear what Jenna's saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I never thought of it like that.
Like, I know I need to be like,
Well, sorry.
Yeah,
I kinda wanted
that's
to
okay.
sit with that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
seemed kinda like new information for
Mhm.
both of you. I kinda really wanted to lean into that moment, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Go back to
Yeah.
the top.
Yeah.
Of like, all this pressure you've dealt with for years and you've just done the thing. Now you have this partner that you married and got a house with, so something's going right, but you still have all this pressure, all this weight, this baggage that you're
Yeah.
kind of bringing in, and how it's showing up in your relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering if there's been a time where you haven't felt that pressure, whether it's any time, recent, old, long time ago, but where you were just Nina.
I mean, I feel like at the start of our relationship, it felt very easy, and I think the things that I loved you for are the things I'm starting to resent you for now, like the ability to be carefree. At first, it made me feel lighter and carefree, but now everything is just like piled back on.
And you said it felt easy, and it was easy because she was carefree, or what made it just easy?
Yeah, she was carefree. She didn't put any pressure on me to be anyone else but myself, or, you know, was never critical. Like, it was just, I felt very safe and loved.
That feels very warm when you say it. I'm kind of curious. Who is Nina?
What do you mean?
You said that she lets you be yourself. So what's being yourself? Who is that?
I mean, why don't you take that one? Who was I when we started dating?
I would
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I would love to hear a little bit from you, and Jenna can join in, if that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that time, I've always loved my job, and I've always been adventurous and curious, and, I don't know, those are like, I don't like being this naggy person, I just feel like that's how I have to be.
What just why'd you go to the who you don't want to be?
I don't know, I mean, I think like, who's expected, or what is expected of me is so ingrained in me that I don't really know what I would be like without striving to be more, you know.
Are there things you want to add about who Lena is?
Yeah, I think, I'm just kind of like hitting this like, like, I don't know, wave all of a sudden of just like, what, like, how are we here right now? You know what I mean? Like, we were just in this like really beautiful, loving, I think carefree is a good word for it, and maybe it's just like youth, like, I don't know. Is it just because we're getting older, you know, like, is it just because the state of the world and we're like jaded, I don't know, but I think that, yeah, something I like loved and love about you is just that you're like when you were able to lead into like who you authentically are, and you just like shine, you're just like so incredibly vibrant, and like people just like flock to you because your energy is just like, you just make people feel so whole and so seen and so loved, and it's just like making me feel teary right now because I'm just like, how the fuck did we get here, you know? Just like angry at each other. Therapy.
How did that feel to hear those things your wife has to say about you?
I think it's really nice to hear. It's also like doubly hard, cause I agree, like, how did we get here? And I think there's so much that I project on to her that I'm not like consciously aware of, like it just comes out before it's even a thought in my mind.
Yeah.
It's just like the second nature. And I hear my mom in my voice.
Wow, you hear your mom weird.
And by that time I'm like, well, but she had a point.
It's good that we're laughing together.
One part of you is like,
Yeah.
oh, my loving wife, and here comes mom, and oh, I hear mom, and I'm just gonna go for it and keep going for it. Okay. I hear both of you saying, like, why are we here? First, I want to acknowledge your relationship, and even just in this small amount of time, just hearing the love and respect and the fun that has happened in this relationship. And when those things get hard, those are moments you want to hold on to. But also you both mentioned, like, why are we here? And those are things that we can start to unpack during our time together. talked about several things that could contribute to like while you're here. But today I want to start a little small, like one small thing that you all would want to work on or try with this dynamic, or try with the fighting and the pressure and things that are kind of out of our control, but one tiny little step that I'd like to kind of hear from both of you. What you think you could try?
I mean, I think with regards to this like giant to-do list, I'm getting to this point of just like of like stubbornness of just like we'll get to it, you know. But I do understand that is kind of like a pressure release valve. Like when we can check something off the list, you know, that feels good. That inherently feels good. And so, but I think that like you expecting me to be able to like do it instead of like, okay, what, like maybe look at the list and figure out like what are we gonna prioritize? What are we gonna put money to? What really needs to be fixed? And how can we call a plumber because I'm not your dad?
So it sounds like you want a little more teamwork and you all kind of discussing this and going through these steps together.
Yeah, exactly.
And not assumptions that you would do it or you would do it. It would be like collaborative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll also try not to, be passive aggressive around the house.
I would love that.
I can't make any promises forever.
So
Maybe for like an hour a day, I'll try
An
not
hour a
to.
day.
Okay.
Not be passive aggressive.
Yeah, and see how that goes.
Maybe say how you're feeling instead of like, you know, I don't know.
I think that was
Slamming the
the
dishes
communication.
Yeah.
I think those are things that we can work on.
Okay.
When I say small, I really mean small.
Okay.
Like if you guys want to work on those things, have at it. But I mean, even I think the first step to your plan was like you guys talk together. That's the small thing that I'm
Maybe,
kind of thinking.
maybe instead of like when you come home, adding something else to the list, we can just like sit down together and like have a drink and like talk about our day. And we don't even have to talk about the house.
Okay.
That could feel good.
Cause
That feels
that
small.
kind of goes back to what you guys first enjoyed and spending that time together and things. And then if you decide to incorporate other things, we could work up. But when I mean small, it was nice to hear the ideals that you both have, but in my mind, I'm really thinking that very first step to
Okay.
figuring this out together.
Okay.
Yep, that's that.
Okay, see you next week.
Right.